Hello.
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 Right.
Hello. All right.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm back. Hello, internet.
Back from the land of the dead.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back from my fucking deathbed. Yeah. Hello.
Welcome.
And welcome to another fun episode of Guys Playing Games with me, Perry.
And me, Ed.
Me as.
And also Splodge, but you can't see him because he's on the floor. But I'm going to get him up on my lap at some point because he's the cutest little cat. Well, this is a bad idea. We shouldn't be doing the recording in your house. We do it at my house specifically because there are no distractions for me.
There are no cats.
You know what I'm like. I have a low attention span. So, hello and thank you for joining us for another episode of Guys Playing Games. We're going to talk to you for about an hour or so about a few things. We're going to talk to you about what we've been playing. Then we're going to do a little bit of some news because there's some interesting news in the gaming world. And then we're going to talk to you about our fun little excursion to the premiere of Rampage.
Yeah, it was yesterday night.
Literally yesterday, and I'm exhausted.
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah,
but the stupid thing, it didn't finish that late. I don't know why I'm so tired.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, we were home by what? 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were.
Yeah.
I was not back home until like gone midnight, so that was great. Because the fucking tube was fucked as well. I was like, oh, great. Central line's closed. Yippee.
Yippee.
And I had to get on a Circle Line train. And then, yeah, I got on the train.
The joys
dear.
of the tube.
Joys of the Underground. So, come on then, one of you regale me with the tales of what you've been playing this week.
Should I go first? I think you went first last. I'll go first. I'll
You
volunteer.
went first last week.
Did I? All right, fine. You do it then.
All right,
Or
girls.
Perry. I don't mind. I don't mind.
I'll go away for a week and it just descends into chaos. This is cool. Az, please tell me what you've been playing this week, mate.
I've been playing Gears of War 4.
Really?
Basically. Yeah, I've gone back to Gears of War.
Holy shit, that's really cool.
I need to go finish the campaign, really. Been playing a bit of PUBG on Xbox One as well. Got my first chicken dinner on that, guys. Go me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, god damn you.
Golf
Was
clap,
that...
golf
Hang on.
clap.
Was it...
Wait,
Was,
so do you still not have a chicken dinner?
but I'm only trying to... hang on. Was that... No. Wait a second. Was that squads?
It was duos.
Duo, yeah, okay. So I want to do it solo. If you beat me to a solo one, then I'll be salty.
Okay, I'll take that challenge. I'll take that challenge. No, so yeah, I've been playing a bit of Gears. I'm not going to really anything to dwell on this week. Gears is ancient history by now.
I was going to say, what's taking you back to it? Is there like a new patch or anything like that?
I never finished the campaign.
Oh, really? Is that literally just it?
A lingering...
I was doing campaign with our good friend George, and we were doing it on Insane, and we got to this bit that was really tough, and then we stopped playing, and it was like, oh, we'll do it another day, we'll do it another day, we'll do it another
Never
day.
did.
And we just
Never went
did
back to it. Yeah.
And now we're like a year later or whatever it is. And I was like, do you know what, George, we should finish Gears, because we only have like 2 acts left. And then we got on and we breezed it, basically, apart from we got stuck on this Brewmark fight. And that held us up a little bit because we did it wrong was the main reason. We were trying to do it after we'd already fucked the level up, or we were carried on, and we were never going to do it, basically.
Good job.
Yeah, pretty much. That was really annoying. That was 3 hours of our life. We're never getting back on that one fight. And then we did.
Wow.
And then when we restarted and did it properly, we did the fight in like 20 minutes. So,
I love it.
so yeah, that was dumb. And then yeah, just like I say, just been jumping on that and a bit of pubs. Got my first chicken dinner. That's all I've really had time to game, really. It was WrestleMania this week. Oh, no one cares.
No one cares, because this is not guys watching wrestling. This is guys playing games.
Watching wrestling. That's what I was saying. I didn't have any time for games.
Weren't you up until like 5 a.m. watching WrestleMania?
I was up till 3 a.m. on Friday watching the Hall of Fame. Saturday I was up till 4 a.m. watching NXT, and then Sunday I was up until 5 a.m. watching WrestleMania.
Wow.
You
are the coolest bloke.
With your RuneScape.
Well, I don't know, mate. That's about the same level of nerd as me, so I appreciate your efforts, at least.
So yeah, haven't really had a lot of time to game, but that's all I've been playing.
Well, that was
There you go,
quick.
quickly.
That was not short and
Speedy,
concise.
yeah.
I'm alright with that. Go on then.
Speedy.
How about you?
So I have been playing this past week. So I've been playing, yeah, again, nice and current. Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Well, it's kind of current.
Throwback week or what?
it's going to seg nicely into some news stuff. So because they've just announced all their year 2 stuff and dropped a new thing, not yesterday, Tuesday. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so Microsoft did a big spring sale And it was one of these titles. I don't know, Wildlands is a weird one for me, because before it came out, I was really hyped for it, and I was really looking forward to it. And then it kind of came out to sort of mediocre reviews, and I just kind of let it pass me by. But the stupid thing is, like, there was a beta and stuff for it, and had I played the beta, I would have gone, you know what, this is actually right up my street, and I would have bought it at launch. But because I didn't, I've kind of put it off. And so yeah, it was in Microsoft are doing like a spring sale on Xbox at the moment, and yeah, it was like 20 quid for the deluxe version. So I was like, yeah, you know, this seems like a decent time to pick it up. Sorry, the cat is eating.
He's like,
what are you doing?
Picking the best time to just go exploring through the shelves.
This is a terrible idea.
It's a great idea. We should do this every week.
He always comes in and interrupts me when I'm streaming as well.
It just sits in front of the camera.
He comes and sits on my lap, and yeah, he's intent on being involved. He can be our new mascot.
Fame. You can taste that fame.
he would get fame. You should, when you stream. Sidetrack. You should set up another cam, just like on the bed. Like you should just set up one of the cat beds and just leave the cam on it.
It's not a bad idea. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, Wildlands.
Wildlands. You were saying about the beta. Sorry, I just wanted to jump in with a little 2 cents on that as well. Yeah. Because I'm the opposite of what you were just describing. Because when I played the beta and things around launch, like that put me off the game.
Oh, really?
And then like now, I've just recently got it on the Xbox sale as well. Haven't joined you just yet, but I have got it on the sale because of all the stuff they've put in post-launch. So for me, that was what enticed me to actually finally bite the bullet and pick it up, because at launch it was just a bit bland.
Yeah, they have actually added quite a lot of content over the past year, and like this comes back to like it's Ubisoft again. Now their post-launch support, like for their games, like it's been really solid. Like, you know, obviously recently with Assassin's Creed, like Division, they've poured loads of time and effort into fixing up. And
you say fixing, you mean turning into Destiny 1? No, ignore me.
Yep.
Different game. Yeah, so yeah, Ubisoft have kind of got this. They actually kind of said, I think it was beginning of the year, they kind of said like they are actively providing long-term support. Rainbow Six is the other one. Like, you know, that's been out years, and they're still pumping out content for it.
Talking about the Division, actually, there has been multiple times in the last few weeks where I've like watched a stream and be like, I actually really want to play it again.
I mean, the only thing that like I did get back into it recently, which, you know, I talked about on here. The only thing that's kind of putting me off, kind of really putting any much more time into it, is the fact that we know number 2 is coming. So until we know whether stuff is going to carry over, how they're going to connect. I'm kind of hesitant.
Be very surprised if it doesn't. I think it'll do what Destiny 1 did, and you can carry over your account, like your aesthetics and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
But you won't. You'll have to level again.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it'll be a separate entity. It won't be a pure continuation.
I mean, because literally all they've said so far is it's happening. And like we don't know anything else.
Yeah.
But it just makes me hesitant to put more time into the game, because
that's understandable.
It's all going to change.
I'm really close to buying it on PC and actually just playing it, because Chip has it as well, and he's like, we're at that point where we're like, we need games that we can play together, like, because we can't. Like, at the minute we're deep into Overwatch, and I'll segue onto that when I start talking. But yeah, we need a game that we can just play, and Division seems like a good solution for them.
Yeah.
So I might get it.
Yeah, it's a solid co-op like experience, because you can co-op the whole campaign, then you've got all the end game. Yeah, so there's plenty to be getting on with.
What else have you been playing?
But yeah, I've got more to say on Wildlands. We keep tangenting.
Keep tangenting, yeah.
We're good at tangenting.
Good job, us.
So Wildlands. I'm kind of kicking myself for not picking it up sooner, because having spent a bit of time with it, it is completely up my street. Like, it is. I would say it's kind of a cross between Far Cry and Assassin's Creed. It's kind of got almost like a sort of Far Cry kind of aesthetic in terms of the, you know, it's a modern shooter, but then I'm kind of getting the Assassin's Creed kind of vibe, whereby, you know, there's all these, you know, like outposts and fortresses and stuff that the cartel have set up, and, you know, you rock up like a bit on the outskirts. You send up your drone, you tag all the things, and then you can do a synchronized like strike on like people. Like it's very similar to Assassin's Creed in that respect.
Yeah.
Which like that was the part of the game that I absolutely loved, is that whole stealth,
the strategic,
the planning
side, yeah.
and executing a thing, and it's kind of made slightly more fun in the fact that you're a 4-man squad. You have these like 3. I mean, they can be AI. Well, I mean, they are AI if you're playing solo, but they can, it can be 4-man co-op like the whole way through. But yeah, you have these AI dudes, and you can tag targets.
And they will go and take.
Yeah, and like then when you take your next shot, they all fire, so you can kill 4 people in like one burst.
It's cool,
which is really cool for like strategically taking down like outposts and stuff.
So would you say the AI is actually well designed in this game then? Because I find like a lot of games, like for a great example is Mass Effect, right? Like in Mass Effect, if you are playing solo, you have 2 squad members, and the AI on them is just the worst you've ever. Like, you might as well just be solo.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you forget they're there in that game. You just find
100%.
through them, and they're just there.
I wouldn't say the AI is amazing. Like, the only thing I'm using for is these like synchronized shots that you do, where you're able to take down a group in like a burst. Like, aside from that, I mean, again, that you don't really notice that they don't really do anything else. Like, there's a bit of radio banter every now and again, and they're useless at getting into vehicles. So like, a top tip as when I don't know how much you've played of it so far. When you get into a vehicle, don't wait for them to get in. If you just launch off in your helicopter or your car, like 2 seconds later, they all just spawn in the vehicle. You don't have to wait for them. Like, so I spent the first few hours, like, I'd get into like a helicopter and sit there. It's like, fucking come on, get in the helicopter, and they'd be like wandering around, and then they'd come and stand right next to the helicopter for 30 seconds and think about getting in, and then I'd move the helicopter a little bit, and then
that would
be
infuriate me.
Yeah, but so yeah, as soon as I realised that you can just go and then they all just spawn inside it, I was like, right, that's improved my gameplay experience immeasurably.
Never waiting again.
Yeah, so but yeah, I'm having fun with it. Like, again, it's a massive Ubisoft like open world icon map fest. But I'm kind of just, it's kind of cut down into segments. So like each segment of the map has like a sort of cartel underboss, and then you kind of go around taking out the underbosses to get to the higher ups.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just working around the map like segment by segment and just doing everything in that segment and then moving on to the next one.
Okay.
So I'm kind of I'm enjoying my time.
Enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, yeah,
good.
I mean,
it's nice to hear about a new fucking game. I'm not.
Because I don't talk about something different every week.
No, I was saying in the respect of wasn't here last week, so I didn't get to hear about all this stuff. So F you.
Yeah,
good.
Speak like you knew the other weeks either. Oh.
All right, children.
I'm going home. I don't like this. I'm in an unfamiliar environment. I'm being abused. Oh, no,
we do have cats.
So it's my turn. I'm going to talk a little bit. Or do you have anything else to say?
No,
that's
me, I think.
Cool. So I actually surprisingly have been playing games this week in the hour I have, like literally the extra hour I have in the day after work.
Yeah, I know you're pretty crazy at work.
I'm like full out at the minute. But I have had time to play the Retribution patch in Overwatch.
Oh yes, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, there's a whole new PvE campaign. Where you play as Blackwatch, the sort of...
Is it similar to last year's Uprising?
It's similar, yeah. Like, the style of the map is different. So, Uprising was based on King's Row, right?
Yeah,
and you have to take the payload to the bomb to the... Yeah. So, it's a different style. Like, you're basically moving through a completely new map.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really impressive map as well. Like,
cool.
I think it's like an extension of Dorado. Yeah, so you play. There are 4 characters you can pick. You can be Moira, Reaper, McCree, or Genji. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you basically have to move through the level and kill everything, and then get out. Basically, it's very linear. But the composition that you have, you only really have 3 DPS and a healer. Like, there's no
right.
It makes it super tricky, basically. Whereas what was the previous one called? Uprising. You had like Reinhardt, Bastion, like Mercy. Mercy was.
No, you had big robot with a shield.
Bastion.
No.
Oh, Orisa.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah. And Soldier 76, who also has healing.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
I think there might have been more of a choice.
The point is the comp for that was a lot more like tank healer DPS, you know, which you don't really have that in this one. So the legendary mode is really fucking hard. Like you get taken down so quickly. But I mean, it's good fun. I've been actually having a lot of fun watching the pros try and get the high scores.
Okay.
So XQC, formerly of
disgraced,
disgraced professional from Boston. Houston. No, it was Boston Fuel. He was with
Boston or Dallas.
Dallas Fuel. That's it. He was with Dallas Fuel. He basically spent about 6 hours with like these 3 other guys trying to get like the high score, and they finally got it. And the high score they got was like 31,806 or something like that. And it's ridiculous. Like they're literally microing exactly where they need to be at what time.
All the enemy spawns.
Yeah, they knew all the enemy spawns. Yeah, it was really impressive. But yeah, it's good fun. I'm just going to talk about quickly a couple of the actual new content that you can get out of the patch. So there are a bunch of new skins. One of them I have, which I got really lucky with on like my second chest, was the new the new Doomfist skin, where he has hair. He has like an afro. It's fucking great.
What?
Yeah, it's great. It's really good. Moira has a Blackwatch skin. Sombra has a skin. Sombra has a really, really cool new skin. There's some other stuff. So
I remember the Uprising skins last year were like really cool.
These ones are really good. Like so the Uprising ones were like blue and white themed, right?
Yeah.
These are like black, gold, and red. Like they're really good. They're really, really good. Let's see, a bunch of new emotes and stuff like that. It's all kind of standard stuff. But yeah, I've been sinking a few hours into Overwatch basically every night when I can with Chip, because he's like Overwatch crazy at the minute.
I was gonna say he hated that game.
He didn't like it when we first played it. Like when we landed it around mine, like a couple of weeks ago, well, 4 weeks ago now. He wasn't really enjoying it, but now he's getting really into it, which is cool. I like it.
Did he like get it at launch or anything? Or was he just...
Yeah, he's had it since launch, but he never really played it with squads. Like he played it every now and then when he could, and then he never really didn't pick up again. But yeah, he's enjoying it, and we're enjoying it. It's good. It's good fun.
Cool.
That is basically all I've had time to play. Yeah, but I just wanted to talk quickly about the new Retribution patches. It's good stuff. Go check it out.
There feels like there's been a lot of stuff, a lot of patches and new stuff come out this week actually, and that one just completely passed me by. Like,
yeah, I didn't even know that was out. I had no idea.
I remember. I think it was.
Surprised. I was like, oh shit, I missed that.
Because I think it was Tuesday night. I turned on my Xbox and for some reason I went to. Oh, that's it. The PUBG patch had come out, so I went to the updates thing, and 6 games had updates.
Really?
There was PUBG, Overwatch, Assassin's Creed, Wildlands, some other things that I off the top of my head. But yeah, it was just not Warframe and something else. Yeah, it was just crazy, like the amount of stuff that like just had new content come out this week.
What was even in that PUBG pad? Like I haven't even.
Yeah, I mean
it's like 5 gig, and it was like, what the fuck? Like,
5 gig?
They've optimized the grass.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the headlines.
Is that actually what they've done?
Yeah, that was literally one of the things that was mentioned in the patch notes. Yeah, I mean, we won't go into it again, but yeah, PUBG and Xbox still needs a lot of work.
Still needs a lot of work.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I was wondering if you'd seen the notes, so I kept meaning to look them up this week. And
there wasn't
about it.
a lot talked about in the notes,
Oh, fair enough. It was just the stability thing.
I think there was a very broad sort of like, we've done some optimizing of things, and then a couple of other specific bugs that they fixed that they introduced in the last patch.
Good. That's good of them.
Good.
Yeah, fix what we broke.
It's a smart one.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we've been playing, I guess. Yeah. So should we get on to the news?
Yeah. So segue into news. I'll just kick off with the Wildlands thing because we just kind of talked about it. I think it was only Monday, like literally the day before the patch dropped. They just took out this teaser trailer with I've forgotten his name. What's his name?
Fisher.
Sam Fisher, that's the guy from Splinter Cell. Like, so it was
Oh.
like Wildlands patch is coming, and then there was like this kind of like little dialogue between Michael Ironside, who does the voice,
I
of
was
Sam
gonna
Fisher.
say, yeah, that's the fucking thing. That's the fucking hype
got
thing.
the-
It's fucking Ironside.
They got the proper voice actor
Fucking
back
Ironside.
because he took the last
Fuck.
game off.
Yeah.
I think Az is
really-
excited. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I
Really
think
fucking
he's
upset
quite
me.
excited. Why
Well,
did
they
it upset
replaced him
you?
in the last game with some other dude.
Yeah,
I
they
forget his
swapped-
name.
Sort the voice actor
And
out.
yeah, they swapped him out, and it just wasn't the same. Like, if you've played Splinter Cell, and I've played all the Splinter Cells, it just wasn't fucking right. The game was good, but it weren't fucking Sam Fisher. So it was weird.
So yeah, they put out this teaser trailer on Monday. With just it had a little bit of dialogue, and then like his 3 green lights kind of came up at the end, and everyone was like, "Ah,
holy shit!"
Yeah, you know, the internet did its thing, and then yeah, Tuesday they just dropped this patch where it's like it's actually him.
Yeah.
And he's like, he turns up in Bolivia to do this mission. And it's like a whole little extra free campaign thing where you team up with him and do some stealth stuff. Apparently, reading about it, it all gets very meta. And like, because obviously Solid Snake and the whole Metal Gear Solid thing is kind of hiatus-y, kind of dead sort of, because obviously Kojima's left to go do other stuff, so no one's really sure on the future of that. And he makes some reference in the game about this, like this other eye patch wearing like top covert ops like dude who's blatantly Snake, who's kind of like retired, and like how he's like the only one left of like his kind, like doing his like super.
I love meta
Pilot.
stuff like this.
Yeah,
I
it's
absolutely
so-
love
and that's
Such an
like
awesome
one of-
meta
nod.
shit like
I
this.
watched the video of it earlier on. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Gives me
This
bond.
headband wearing army infiltration dude,
Yeah,
and this
I-
woman's
yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, I think he's retired now."
I have no, like, the last Metal Gear game I played was Metal Gear 3. Like, I literally have nothing to do with this series, but
Yeah.
that makes me excited.
yeah, it's
Dude,
really cool.
Little crossovers like that.
And a lot of people are saying that they've done this kind of thing now. Everyone's now expecting a new Splinter Cell game to appear at E3.
Well, I was gonna say it was rumored, and it
Yeah.
went up. I think it was Amazon Italy again that did it when they listed it. And
Oh,
obviously it
really?
hasn't been
Oh, okay. I
confirmed.
didn't realise it'd been a.
That's
It
really
was
funny.
it was listed somewhere, another Splinter Cell game. Obviously it hasn't been confirmed, but I wouldn't be surprised if at E3 we get.
I mean, if this is true, like Ubisoft's in for a cracking E3 if they're going to show like Division 2, a new Splinter Cell, and like, God, no, they don't. Even,
Well, I mean, we hope.
Well, they do their own show every year, so
Yeah.
you know, it's. I mean, most years their shows are a little bit underwhelming. They kind of have one, maybe 2 big games where it's like blow you away. So this year they
Yeah.
might just come all guns blazing. And they've had it coming off a hot year as well with like stuff like we've already said, like Rainbow Wildlands and
yeah.
Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. So
And yeah, and this whole Splinter Cell crossover thing, like this is their first piece of like their like Wildlands Year 2 basically, where there is some paid DLC, but there's a whole like year's worth of like free updates and bits and like campaigns and bits and bobs.
Cool.
So yeah, I say like it's kind of weird how fortuitous it's been that we kind of both just picked it up, and now they're starting to add like more stuff
loads
to
of
it.
shit, yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, it's worked out quite nicely.
So, yeah.
Good.
So that was
Moving on from Wildlands, then.
yeah.
Something that, well, I say something, quite a big thing that dropped today was the reviews for God of War, which is out next week.
Yeah,
Or as Perry calls it, Dad of War. It's
Dad
out
of War.
next week,
Yeah.
on the 20th. Reviews are absolutely insane.
Flawless.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone's gushing over it. Apart from
Everyone
Eurogamer,
is-
who would like, they gave it a
I feel like
silver.
they're overly critical at times, that site, though.
Yeah,
But
But yeah,
their reviews tend to be overly critical at points.
everyone else is like 9s and 10s across the
Yeah,
board.
I was gonna say it's pretty much solid 9s and 10s all across the board. Apparently, like it really shakes up the character of Kratos. I mean, obviously in the previous games, I know you guys. I think Perry, did you say you played one the other week when we were talking about this?
I've played like one.
Oh, okay. Well, Kratos in the previous games anyway is like this fucking murderous, rampaging fucking warrior, essentially.
Literally the God
Whereas
of
this
War,
sort-
who goes around killing the other
literally the
gods.
God of War.
Like that's what happens.
Exactly, that's it. Whereas this time around, it's a bit more grounded. You know, it's the story about him and his son, and you know, it's a totally different setting. Obviously, the previous games were in ancient Greece, whereas now this is now Norse mythology that it's in. But it is still the same Kratos, but obviously he's in a totally different scenario.
So is his son Odin?
No,
No, his name begins with an
he's
A.
not the God of War like you think. What was the Greece God of War again? I forgot what his
Ares.
actual name. Ares, yes. Okay. Ares, I think, like in the games, if I remember correctly, he like kills Ares, and then becomes the god of war.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's not. Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's not like the point. Like
Because
that,
in
yeah.
like in Norse mythology, Odin is the god of war. Like he is the warbringer. So
Yeah,
I didn't know
it's-
if like Odin had any link there.
No, it's not. It's Norse mythology, but with a twist, obviously, because Kratos is a completely made up character. So, but yeah, no, it looks fantastic. I can't fucking wait. I just wanted to just talk about obviously how praised it was.
Yeah,
just quickly.
I
because,
really want to play it. Like,
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, I actually want to buy and play this game. Like, it looks
I was
really
gonna
good.
say, one of the reviews I read actually says, direct quote from it is like, if you don't have a PS4, then I recommend you buy one to play this game. Which doesn't surprise. To be fair, PlayStation is a hotbed for amazing exclusives. Like they've got all the best
Got
exclusives right now.
Spider-Man later this year. That's looking
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
tasty
And
as well.
That looks real tasty. And then obviously you've got things like Horizon Zero Dawn, Shadow of the Colossus, Bloodborne,
Uncharted.
Yeah, all the Uncharted.
Uncharted. Yeah, I mean you can just
Yeah.
go on and on and on.
This is the thing, like slightly tangenting again, like we do. Like we probably even said this last year, but Microsoft needs to have a really good E3. Like, I mean, it keeps being said that they don't have the exclusives. Like,
I literally don't see what they could. I mean, normally you hear about these things being in development and stuff. I don't see what they can do this year unless they show us Fable, which is apparently in the works.
yeah,
Or if they
there's the
turn around and
room.
drop Halo 6 as well. That would.
Yeah. So yeah, there's potentially a new Fable. There's as
But
you say,
it's not a new Fable, is it? It's a remaster, isn't it?
No. There's apparently
No,
Playground
it'd be a
Games are
new
apparently.
Fable. The guys
working
who
on
made Forza Horizon are apparently working on a new Fable.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's all but confirmed. I mean,
Yeah,
the
it's-
evidence is pretty much there. It's just they've not turned around and outright said, yes, we are making it. So,
Okay, well that's
if they turn around and
that's
show that at E3,
intriguing.
that'd be incredible.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like a current like Xbox One X enhanced Fable with all bells and whistles. I'd be all over that.
yeah.
I'd be very happy.
So, yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see what they do. So, yeah, God of War next week, April 20th. If you've not pre-ordered it already, people, go pre-order it. I'm hyped their game up for them. I don't care. It, looks
It
fantastic.
doesn't need much
to
more
play.
hype, does it? Like, it's already hyped.
I don't know. Some people might still be apprehensive, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. You getting it?
I just
I'm pretty tempted now. I mean, I'm pretty deep in Wildlands at the moment, to be honest. But it is something I will pick up at some point. I might not pick it up next week, but maybe in the next month or so. Yeah, definitely. Especially like, say with all the as you're saying, all the reviews, like, everything's just everyone's saying it's knocking it out of the park. So yeah, it's definitely made me more interested. Let's put it like that.
cool,
Definitely.
interesting. So another thing on the list is Hearthstone. We can mention it now, but
Yeah.
neither of us have played it yet. So let's.
Well, no, it's kind of releasing now.
It's literally releasing right now.
Yeah,
as
it's,
we're talking.
Yeah.
So we need to go play it. Check out the new cards.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
it's-
there's a new expansion that's just been released. The Witchwood. Is
Yep.
that what it's called?
Yeah.
And is it the new rotation? Is the Year of the Raven?
Yeah, so Year of Raven starts today, which means 3 sets have just been knocked out of standard.
Yeah, rotated out.
Those sets are Mean Streets of Gadgets and
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say Karazhan, but I think that was earlier. Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Karazhan. No, Karazhan is still in. No, it will be moved out. But
Yeah, so
because Barnes
Karazhan's
is gone.
going, and Old Gods.
And Old Gods,
This
yeah.
was the Old Gods. So,
So no more Osage.
Yeah, no more Old Gods cards. No, it's going to be quite a big shift, actually.
It's a huge meta change. It's a
Yeah.
massive meta change.
So, yeah.
All of these like the big spell hunter and spell priest decks that like relied on you getting Barnes on turns 4 and then pulling out a Usage, like 10/10 Usage. Like
Yeah.
it's all gone.
Gone.
it's all gone.
All the Jades. All the Jades
Yeah,
are gone.
Jade Druid's not a thing.
Yeah.
The only thing that remains is fucking Trump priest, like build a wall priest.
Oh, yeah.
Cube
that's
Trump
too
priest.
recent.
Sorry, Trump lock.
Trump lock.
Yeah, so build a wall lock basically.
Yeah, that's a horrible.
No, that's a horrible deck, and it's going to do so well in this meta as well. Like because there,
I hope there's some really broken cards in this meta.
but there aren't.
counter
There are no cards that counter this. Like it's disgusting. It's
Yeah.
really annoying.
But yeah, we just wanted to mention that that's happening right now. So
Yeah.
we're probably going to talk about it next week. And if we're lucky, maybe get a guest who's Hearthstone related.
Still to be confirmed. That's
Az knows nothing about this.
Az knows
but
nothing
we,
about
we
it.
had an
I was
idea
just
of
saying, what?
we
I
had
thought
no
next week was theme week.
just because of the yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, maybe we'll have a guest next week.
Okay.
We're professional guys, I promise.
We literally had the idea while we were having dinner before we came on to record this.
Okay.
I didn't think you were gonna like
Well,
tell the world, but all right, yeah, fuck it.
It might happen, it might not.
Okay, what else? Another.
Well, we love a battle royale game. How about
Yeah,
that?
go on then. Go on then.
I'll segue us. We love a battle royale game, and guess what card this week? Another fucking battle royale game. So you got, well, I'm guessing everybody knows about Lawbreakers, the game by Cliff Blazinski, who's the dude who made Gears of War. He dropped Lawbreakers the middle of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Flopped fucking hard, like real hard.
Oh
like,
yeah, that
no one was playing it essentially.
Belly
and no one was
flopped.
buying it. Yes, exactly. So the guys who made that, including Mr. Cliff, he and they have gone off and made a battle royale game, and it's called Radical Heights, which is it's like an 80s game show spin vibe on the battle royale thing, where basically when you're playing.
so bad.
Why?
I played it the other night. I played one game. It's free on Steam, so I thought I'd give it a go. And Jesus Christ, when they said early access, like fuck me.
Oh yeah, I've
Early, like I mean, no texture work early, like running around on grey
seriously?
boxes.
I watched some guy streaming it. The favorite thing I saw, he went down. There's like some like rivers and some water and stuff. You walk straight across the river. There is no water. It's a flat surface.
Legit. But there was a couple of us online when I jumped on it, and you have a friend's, like it's all a built-in friend system, and like the thing to bring up your friends' chat windows and stuff like that was down in the bottom left, and I was like, okay, great. So we added each other as friends, but when we did that, the friends list disappeared, and you couldn't invite your friends to join your game. So we couldn't squad up, so I had to just play solo.
That's so good.
So I just played on my own. And one thing I have to say is I saw a lot of people complaining about performance issues and stuff. Well, from what I played one game to be fair. With what I played, I didn't have any issues. I mean, I run a pretty powerful rig though, so that might be part of it. But I didn't have any issues. It's a pretty smooth experience. There was just nothing there though. Like you'd go into buildings and there was just no weapons, or there was no textures on stuff. Like there wasn't text above some of the guns, or it was in a weird font. It was real early. Like when they said extreme early access, like that's not even fair. It's like this is literally we made this today. Have a quick go.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, well, the whole thing about it was like literally, I think it was either day before or 2 days before they were like, Lawbreakers hasn't done what we've liked. We're going to stop supporting it. And then the next day, like, yeah, we've done this other thing.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Yeah, and it's as you say, it's like crazy. I think they even said like it'll probably take us about a year to get it to where we want it to be.
I mean, fair enough, it's free. That's one positive of it. Like it is early access. It is free. You don't need to pay.
Yeah,
for it. You can pay for a founders pack, which is I think £15.
That's one thing, but it just screams like Lawbreakers didn't know what they wanted it to do. This is desperation.
It's like let's jump on the battle royale bandwagon.
I was going to say, I think if anything, they're hurting themselves more than anything because they've turned around and said Lawbreakers didn't do what we wanted to do. And then they've released this game on extreme early access. And when you're playing a game like this, it's off-putting. I think they should have just waited until they had at least a basis. Like, are they that desperate that because that's what it comes off as, is that they're desperate to get some cash. And obviously because you can get these founders packs and stuff like that, it's just desperate to make some cash, and it's just it's not a good look, really.
No.
I don't know if it was intended like that. I mean, you never know. It might not have been that, but it stinks of that.
I mean, as you say, it feels very rushed and very forced. So, I mean, I don't know
very, very much so.
What situation they're in company-wise. I mean, but it doesn't sound like they're in a great place.
No, not at all. So yeah, that's Radical Heights.
I mean, just off the back,
I'd recommend.
Yeah, just off the back of that though, they got a little bit lucky today. because Fortnite was down for like what 12 15 hours or something.
12 hours.
Something. I mean, the only reasoning they gave was one of the like a database corrupted on one of the like authentication servers or something. So they've been doing a mad scramble like last night and today, and yeah, it's just been down for like hours and hours. So bizarrely, like I went on the Twitch directory earlier, and obviously Radical Heights is like up there with like 20,000-30,000 people playing.
It would be hilarious if like the big Fortnite streamers had just moved to this shit game.
I mean, they're not going to stay there. I think it was like
Fortnite's not. Yeah.
Fortnite's down. We'll try out this other thing.
Yeah.
So it's actually done them a massive favour in that regard. But yeah, I expect it to sort of disappear off the directory again now that Fortnite's back up and running.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, to be fair, I pretty much just bashed it just now. But to be fair, it is very early access, and it does have some potential because it is a bit different to other battle royale games.
But as you said,
you can ride BMXs. That was cool. I was like, you can go up on a half pipe on a BMX. That was pretty.
I mean,
funky.
you say
even though I lagged out and flew across the room on it, but whatever.
You say it's early access, but as you said before,
That's
though,
legit as well.
like it's probably too early. Like they should have held it a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's fair to write it off. Is what I was getting at. So
Yeah, right. Yeah,
can't
fair
write
enough.
it off. Maybe in 6 to 8 months' time, we'll see where it's at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's going to be much of a contender right now in the state that it's in.
No. And we know there's like a whole handful of other battle royale games coming this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's going to be a glut of them tail end of this year.
I don't even care.
So maybe they're just trying to get out ahead of other stuff. Don't know.
Maybe. Well, the thing is, like just a tangent again, but just real quick. The other thing is they've got to be concerned about as well is that at the end of the day, Battle Royale is a spin on Team Deathmatch and things like that. So there's no reason that when Call of Duty comes out at the end of the year, or Battlefield and stuff like that they're not going to have Battle Royale modes in them. Because Counter-Strike is apparently rumoured to have one coming. So
Really?
there's nothing stopping it. Yeah, that's been rumoured for a long time.
Yeah, we know there's a new Battlefield game coming because they've already announced they're showing it at E3 in a playable state.
So.
In fact.
And we know there's a Call of Duty coming, and there's nothing to say if the hype on Battle Royale games is so big that they're not going to throw that mode in their games. So, we'll see. It's exciting if you like Battle Royale games that much. So,
Not really.
well,
we know what you like.
We all know what I
we
like.
know what you like. Overwatch and RuneScape. That is it.
I mean, at least we've broadened to including Overwatch in that sentence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Proud of
Chip
him.
forces me to play it like, with him. He's like, please be my friend. I'm like, oh, all right.
Well, good on you, Chip.
Making me lose out on gains.
So speaking of Xbox, I know this would be of interest to you as well, Ed. I know you're fully aware of it. But
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Received a nice patch this week. Speaking of patches, this is the week of patches.
It really
and
is.
stuff.
Like I don't know what's happened this week. It's gone crazy.
Patch week.
So Microsoft.
Do a jingle with 2 syllables.
Microsoft promised us some nice backwards compatibility news and stuff over the next couple of weeks, and they updated a shitload of games. I haven't got a full list in front of me.
There was
the only one that
16
really
titles.
Matters,
16 there was 16 titles in total, I think.
something like that, yeah, because there was a load of original Xbox games.
Yeah.
Blink's the Time Sweeper stuck out to me because that game was awful. I remember getting that when I was a kid, and that game sucked. Anyway, yeah, Red Dead is the big bad boy on that list. Got a 4K patch, which I don't know if you've seen any footage yet, Ed. But
I have. It looks
exactly.
so tasty.
I put it on to install just before we started recording, and I can't wait to see it because I'm definitely going to go replay before Red Dead 2.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was going to say. Like I was already planning to do another playthrough before Red Dead 2, but now like it just makes me want to do it even more because now it looks nice.
They've been really smart about it if you think about it. Like they're being like, oh yeah, Red Dead 2's coming out. Oh, and also a 4K patch for Red Dead.
Yeah.
Maybe go fucking play it again.
Yeah, because
like,
it was already on.
So clever.
It was already on
That's
backwards
it.
compatibility. So like, I'd already like had a quick dabble last year when they backwards compatted it. But yeah, now it's in. They've made it look all sharp and tasty again.
4K glory.
Can you, because you're at your computer, can you tell me what other titles have got the 4K patch? Because I would, not you, I meant Az.
Gears 2 got a 4K patch.
Oh, did it?
I know that off the top of my head. Yeah.
Yeah, there was 7 titles got 4K. I think 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'll just see if I can get us a lift. Here we go. Original Xbox games. That's original Xbox games. Here we go. Xbox One X enhanced games were Darksiders, Gears of War 2.
Darksiders? Darksiders 1?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah,
Darksiders is a
this
great
the,
game.
The thing that makes Red Dead stand out, not to just kill your hype, but the thing that makes Red Dead stand out is you can play Darksiders in 3K. What am I about? In 4K on a PC.
On
because
PC,
obviously
yeah,
it's
I suppose.
And they released that remastered version, whereas Red Dead never got a PC release.
Yeah, that's
true.
So you could never,
Very good point.
You could never get a tied up version of Red Dead Redemption. That's what makes it a bit more special. There's things like Portal 2, which is on the list as well, Sonic Generations, The Force Unleashed. They all come out on PC. If you want to play those sharper
Force
versions,
Unleashed,
you can. Whereas Red Dead, like, this is like a wet dream for a lot of people because for a long time, I know a lot of PC games as well, which is smart by Microsoft because all this 4K patching is in-house. It's not by Rockstar or the developers. Microsoft themselves get the rights from the devs to go in and actually give the game the resolution boost. So for them, it's smart because it lures people into their console. Obviously, like I say, especially Red Dead 2 coming out, people can be like, oh fuck, I can play Red Dead 1 in 4K. Can't do that, and it literally cannot do that on any other platform. You can only do that on Xbox One X. So it's clever by them. And Gears of War 2 as well. To be fair, you couldn't play that in 4K back in the day, so that's a pretty sick little upgrade.
That's a nice little
Gears
upgrade.
2 is fucking fantastic.
Gears 2 is... I think Gears 2 is probably my favourite Gears.
I'll probably
Really?
agree. It's my most played, definitely. I played that online the most.
It's definitely my most played. Maybe not my favourite, actually.
I don't know. I think it probably
That's
is my
actually really
favourite.
tough. Gears 3 was really good. Gears 3 was really good.
I only played the
And
first
you
one.
had 4-player co-op on
And you
3
have
as well.
4-player co-op on 3. Yeah, no, I lied. Gears 3 is my favourite. But Gears 2, Gears 2 has my most logged hours, for sure.
Yeah, same. I mean, we all used to play
We
that
used to
a lot.
LAN that, didn't we? We would
Yeah, we
literally
did.
all take our Xboxes and a monitor around to each
Nice.
other's houses and just sit playing Gears.
It was great. It was a great time. Great time to be alive. So yeah, it's exciting. 4K patches. Everybody loves 4K. It's
Yay.
great. That's a buzzword. Yay.
Cool. Anything
what
else
else-
for
what
news,
else?
fellas? No, sweet, good.
Yeah,
So,
I
Right,
guess we'll move
well-
on to the main event of the evening.
you've been watching too much wrestling and you need to not do that anymore.
There's a wrestler in this movie. It makes sense.
Oh, I mean, I can't fault that logic.
Yeah,
That's pretty good logic.
Exactly.
Solid logic.
So we went to see
Went to see Rampage yesterday.
Rampage.
Went to the premiere.
Rampage.
We, went,
'Cause
we did go
all,
to
we're
the
all
premiere.
posh
Yeah,
and
we're-
stuff now.
I don't no idea why people were letting us go to the premiere, but
Yeah.
we were there. It
Yeah,
was a thing.
We got to go on the red carpet and everything.
Yeah.
We walked on the red carpet. We took selfies on the red carpet. We saw The Rock. It was
Yeah.
it's insane. I smelt what he was cooking. Sorry, I just wanted to get that in.
Gave him a little sniff.
It was a sweat. Give him a little sniff across the room. It was beautiful. It was a great time.
It was good. It was good fun.
And then we saw the film.
Yeah, and then we saw the film. No, it wasn't.
No, that's being over
So just
overly nasty.
just quickly before we get into what we're going to talk about. So this is spoiler free.
Yeah.
We're not going to give you any spoilers. It's mostly just a reaction of what we thought of
Yeah.
the structure of it, and a bit of a sort of a non-spoiler review, I suppose.
Yeah.
We are going to put up a vlog
Yeah, there's a vlog coming.
about the event and
Yeah.
us being there.
Yeah.
So go check that out. I mean, that is also spoiler free as well, isn't it?
Yeah, there's
so-
nothing in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
spoiler-free.
and I don't think the difference to Ready Player One is that this film probably doesn't really warrant a spoilery review because there wasn't much to
This
talk
isn't
about.
like
in it.
I mean, I know Ready Player One wasn't a franchise movie, but it was full of Easter eggs and it was full of nostalgia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot of
You know.
stuff to spoil in Reddit. There was a lot of stuff to talk about that you couldn't talk
Exactly.
about
Whereas
without.
this is your standard summer block.
This is it's a big budget popcorn action movie that knows exactly what it is. If you've seen the trailer, it sets a stall out pretty well, and if the trailer looks like something you'd enjoy, then you'll enjoy it.
If you've seen the trailer, you don't need to watch the film.
Well,
I'm joking.
Rampage, guys. That's us for the week.
I'm
So-
joking. It actually wasn't that bad. So
No, it
Do
wasn't.
you know what?
It was entertaining. Like I enjoyed it. Like
I was going to say, like what Ed said, is it didn't take itself too seriously, and that is quite a theme throughout. Is that it knows what it is, you know. It sort of makes fun of itself at points, really, and just the way it plays out.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I think that's the point. That's a point I'm going to talk about as well. Is that it is very much a satirical film. Like, so if you don't go into this movie being analytical and expecting like a great blockbuster, because the plot holes and stuff like that will just not be there. Like, you won't get there with the flaws. One thing I will say is that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jeffrey D. Morgan were comedic enough to sort of keep you into it. Like, that they had some really punchy one-liners. You know, it was amusing in a lot of places as well. Like the relationship depicted between George the gorilla and The Rock was endearing. It was, you know,
I thought they
nice
played that really well, and there was a suitably emotional moment toward the end. I think it's fair to say. I thought, they gave it a bit of heart and a bit of kind of. It wasn't just all out.
But then, as said, like, they do very much acknowledge the fact that this is just silliness.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But I think they kind of missed a bit, because they could have. I feel like they could have played on that a bit more and maybe
pushed it a bit further.
Yeah, they could have pushed it a bit further and maybe like produced something that's actually more entertaining, like, but not at so much, but not at a cost of the film, you know.
I think that's the main gripe I had with the film is there's a lot of lulls where it's not really. I mean, there's stuff happening, but you know, it's just. Because I don't want to give spoilers, but you know, it's there's bits like in the army base and stuff like that where it's just there's a lot of talking going on. And it's, you know, in a film like this, the action, there's a lot of time between action set pieces in this film, which sort of surprised me.
And in a film like this, like you expect the action to carry the film, so you expect it to be like boom, action scene, action scene, action scene. But it kind of you're right, it does lull from time to time. The plot point. The bit of a negative plot point I have, and it's not a spoiler, it's like, it feels like the producers and the writers have sat down in a room and been like, this should happen, and then this should happen, and then this should happen, and then this should happen.
All I'll say on
that's
that
exactly
is Joe
how...
Manganiello, I said his name completely wrong then, Joe Manganiello, I can't pronounce it, oh my god! Joe Manganiello?
I'm not even going to try.
His name is difficult to say.
Yeah, it's a very long surname.
Exactly. Deathstroke. There you go. He's in it, and his whole bit is a bit like, what the fuck? And that's all I'll say about his bit.
Yeah.
And that plays in with what you're saying with, like, it's like, this should happen, and then this should happen. And it's like, well, okay.
Yeah. It seems like the ideas they've got down, they haven't structured into a full story. They've just, like, added it on. As like the next section,
built it up.
They're just like, oh yeah, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens.
I mean, the one thing I'll say, like, quite early on in it, I was kind of sat there and I was like, this has a definite vibe of like an 80s action movie.
Yeah.
I think it was, and I feel that was a very conscious thing they went after. They kind of knew what type of film they wanted to make, and they kind of, you're saying, like, and stuff like the baddie is like she is a baddie. There is like,
it's like,
and that is what she is.
Yeah, from the minute you meet her, you're like, okay, this is the baddie.
This is the baddie. She's a baddie. She's gonna do bad things. You don't need to know anything else.
Actually, that's actually one of the strengths of the film. Like, in terms of exposition as well, like, people not knowing what Rampage is, they've basically built a story around this game. Like, the concept of, like... In
fact, we hadn't even mentioned the fact that...
it is game related, right?
This film is based on a game that came out, I think it's 1983. I was going to say 86.
It's 83.
Is it? Okay. That's
it is, trust me, I did my research.
Fair enough. It's come out, like, it's over the years, it's been... So originally it came out on stuff like Commodore 64, Amiga...
And the Atari.
Yeah, Atari 2700. Yeah. And it's come all the way through. It's been on, like,
it's been
SNES,
on
GBA...
It's been on N64. It was on the N64 as well.
So there's been, like, multiple iterations of it. But the core premise has always been... You pick one of three big monsters and you smash up skyscrapers. And that's it. There is no backstory. There's no lore or anything. It's just, you're a big monster and you punch
So one thing that this movie does that like the producers and the writers have done pretty well is like they've given it a backstory and they explain it really concisely in the first like 20 minutes of the film. The exposition is really good because you're like no spoilers, but they're like, this is what's happening, this is the story, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
I thought the whole
so easy to follow. Yeah, it's,
yeah.
You know.
And I thought the way they set it up, like right from the beginning, like on the space station, like the first thing you see, like I thought, that's not literally the first frame of the film.
Yeah,
I thought that was quite a nice setup.
Yeah.
Worked quite well.
It just throws you straight into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I was coming into this thinking like I don't really have many positive things to say, but that is a good positive because you do tend to see a lot of like big A-list films that don't actually execute that very well. Like you get like an hour of the way through and you're like, fuck me, they're still explaining what they did in the last movie. Like, come on. So yeah, they pulled that off pretty well. It's definitely
set up right. I mean, it's cool. I put this in a tweet last night, but it is cool. It is a story about two best friends and their loving relationship.
Yeah,
that is
pretty
what
much.
the film is about.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
they establish characters very early on.
Which for me was really unexpected, actually. Like, how much that was the theme of the movie. Thematically, that is what the film is about. It's about a man and his best friend. That's it.
I'll go with that.
I like it, yeah. That's a good summation. So yeah, I mean, definitely like take your kids to see this because it's gonna entertain everyone. There's a bit of comedic value for the adults. A lot of smashy action scenes for the kids. It's a good watch.
This film's pretty violent. Kids could go see it. I'm not saying that, but it's
was
like
it PG-13?
I think it's. Go on.
Yeah, I think it's a 12. I think it's a 12A over here.
Right.
So PG-13.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like weirdly violent. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I was watching it when we were watching last night. I was like, fuck me, like this is brutal. Like there's points, but only between the monsters though. Any human violence is kind of kept to a minimum.
I don't know. There's a few scenes where like you're like, wow, that was pretty graphic.
Popped out my head. Yeah,
that's
pretty graphic.
Pretty graphic. There's also some crude. There's actually quite a few crude jokes in it. Actually.
Crude references.
Crude jokey references.
It was weird though because like as much as it was violent, it was like it still ain't that bad. Like, it was just strange. Like I can't put it into words of like how the violence was just okay. You know, it was fine.
Yeah.
So
let's all round off. It's not a movie you go and watch for the story. No. It's entertaining because it's an action flick.
Yeah, it's fun. You know? Like if you want to kill like an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And like be entertained.
Yeah.
Like if you like seeing big monsters fighting, it's going to be right up your street, and you'll have a very good time.
If you're a Jeffrey D. Morgan fan, like his level of humor, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I want to say I haven't actually mentioned this before, but I meant to tell you guys this last night. Because my biggest takeaway from this film was I want to see his character playing, maybe not necessarily in some sort of Rampage like universe thing, but I want to see his character be like a connecting piece in like a like a Marvel. Like I want him to be like a Coulson across multiple films.
Multiple types
because I think that character would be so brilliant, like as a connecting
as like
piece.
A connector, like connecting it to like King Kong and then Godzilla and
that would be such a fun character.
Yeah, it would be quite fun.
I loved his character. I thought he was.
But watching,
he was fantastic,
you don't watch Walking Dead, do you?
Not anymore.
And you've not watched it, have you? Like
I'm way behind.
Yeah. So Jeffrey D. Morgan's obviously in The Walking Dead. He plays Negan, and watching him in this, it was just like watching Negan. Yeah, it was like it was like watching his character from The Walking Dead just in the movie, but but less sweary,
and less sweary and less mental.
Yeah, not mental, but less violent, less graphically violent. Like in The Walking Dead, he literally killed. Yeah. Well, actually, spoilers.
Yeah, don't get
that.
Yeah, let's not go there. He's really fucking terrifying
in
the series. Yeah, he's done really bad things.
Bad.
Yeah. So that was it. That's what we've got to say on that.
I rate this film 52 out of 88. Oh wait,
wrong YouTube channel. Wouldn't it be really funny if we did like a movie ranking system, but it was like out of 87?
It's funny because it's like an Easter egg.
that no one's
you, Coleman.
going to get.
That no one ever will get.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. All right. Let's. I think that's probably a good wrap point.
I
I think
have to say, I think this is us for the week.
then this is
boys.
probably. I don't want to alarm you, but probably the shortest episode of Guys Playing Games that we've ever recorded.
Ooh, mate,
We've been concise. That's
We have,
all that
yeah.
matters.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we've been running long a lot recently, so I think this is a nice turnaround.
yeah,
for us.
a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
So, with no further ado, thank you for tuning in.
Who knows what's going to happen next week?
Who knows what's happening next week?
It'll either
Yeah.
either be a theme week, or we might have a guest.
We might have a guest, maybe, if we can pull it
I was
off.
going to say,
Yeah.
I'll be left on my tiptoes as well, because I was not aware of any of it.
It's
So,
all right.
We'll
We'll
fill
tell
you in.
we'll tell you afterwards. Don't worry.
so before we come back next week, if you guys would be so sweet and nice, and
Or
subscribe
maybe
to
it'll
us
be a
on
third
YouTube.
option that we still haven't told you.
Why do this?
It's not.
Anyway,
gonna be.
yeah.
He's trying to do the outro and you ruined it. Do the
Sorry.
outro,
I was
Az.
trying to do the outro, and fuck you!
Sorry.
Right, go again. If you guys would be so sweet, and
You fucking ruined it now.
What?
You can't do it again.
fuck it.
You
If you
can't do
guys
it
could just like subscribe, or, like down below, click
That'd be
like,
nice.
That'd be fantastic.
yeah,
If
that'd be
you
good.
could hit the little bell, the bell is important. Hit the bell because it gives you those notifications and throws us at you. Like Guys Playing Games, you got new shit, and you guys can
Oh,
just press
look,
it. You
your
come watch.
favourite YouTube channel, Guys Playing Games. They've got a new video.
Oh, good God! I did not know they release stuff every Thursday, and here it is. And then also go follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Guys Playing Games. Follow us on Instagram at Guys Playing Games, and then follow us on Twitter as well at Guys Playing Gs, at Guys Playing GS. That's all our stuff. This is Guys Playing Games. I am Az,
I'm Perry.
And I'm Ed.
We'll see y'all
and that is us for the week.
next week.
Goodbye.
Peace out.